Whatever.
Hello and welcome to my channel, whatever, because I just talk about whatever. So I know today I am a little late. I'm super late, but the topic of today is Kanye saying that slavery was a choice. And so I had seen it on social media, little memes and stuff, but I hadn't watched the video for myself until about a month or so after it happened. And when I watched the video, I just had a completely different reaction from what I was seeing on social media. I didn't take his comment as slavery as was a choice, as a lot of other people did. So this is how I took it. And I think this is, if you listen to Kanye's music, which I'm not a fan of his music, but he is an artist, he is a poet, the way that he describes things, like the metaphors that he uses, like he's a genius. And so when he said that, it didn't strike me as something bad, but as something that I feel like I understand. So what I got from the video is, if I could break it down in this example, well, first of all, we know that the Europeans went to Africa and they stole the slaves, brought them over to different places, and of course, no one said, hey, just put me on the boat, I want to go. Of course not. And an example of this to me would have to be like at work or even in the government. So, say you're at work and everything's good, whatever, and then your boss decides to make some changes. Most of you in your company know that it's not a good change. Maybe your boss is just completely wrong and rude, and everyone's just talking about it. And say there's like 100 employees, and there's, say, maybe 3 big bosses, and everyone knows that they're wrong, but no one wants to do anything about it. We all just want to talk about it. There's always that one person who's willing to stand up to them and tries to get other people on board, but everyone is just like, no, I don't want to say anything. But it's just the fact that we don't come together, that we don't revolt, and that's what makes us, that's when it seems like it's a choice. And that's what I got from it. So, there's that one person who's like always willing to speak up to the boss, but if it's just them, they're going to get exhausted or they're going to get fired when they don't want to hear you talking about it, but you're not doing anything about it. Don't talk about being beat every day and you're not going to go and band together when it's 100 employees compared to 3 bosses. Like, you can do something. There's power in numbers. Same thing with our government. How many of us complain on a daily basis about the government, how much we hate it, this, that, and another? And yeah, there are powerful entities like that are hard to break through, but the sad thing is that there's so many of us there's so little of us who are really doing anything to make change. We're trying hard to get people involved, but there's so many people who are just like, it's not gonna work, no, I don't want to get involved, no, I don't want to say anything, and stay quiet. And so then it's like, when you stay quiet, then it's a choice. And so that's one of the things that really boggles my mind with slavery. I'm like, if there's like 400 of us on a plantation and there's a family of 4, why didn't we go into their house, kill them? I mean, I don't condone killing or anything, but why didn't we just go and just like start a revolution, take over that household, keep moving to the next town, gathering people. When there's an angry mob coming at you and you don't have the manpower to fight that mob, then you're gonna give in. And I think that's what he meant when he said slavery is a choice. Like, they didn't do anything. Like, that's what I feel like. Of course, there are people that did do stuff. There are people who died. There are people, there's your Harriet Tubmans and everything. But if we don't band together when we know that there are power in numbers, that's when it seems like it's a choice. And that's what I understood from it. So, yeah, that's what, I mean, that's the only way that I can think of saying it clearly. That's how I understood it. And I would love to hear your comments and see if that changed your mind or what have you. All right, that's it. Whatever.